Tommy Cruise, the movie. Tommy Cruise, a cat burglar that wants to break into a museum in a rogue nation, even though it's risky business.
He was the top gun for the task for what they thought was an impossible mission.
But he just needed a cocktail or two, and then he knew that he could reach her. But he couldn't go in there with his eyes wide shut. They needed more info. So they got a minority report from the firm Lions for Lambs and got everything they needed. With it, they planned for a night and a day at the edge of tomorrow to steal the Rock of Ages. You just needed to hire a few good men. And if they made all the right moves, they would all become legends. He hired the Last Samurai in Collateral. He hired a Valkyrie from the vanilla sky for the cost of a magnolia floating in a hat. And finally, some young gun American pilot, so American he was born on the 4th of July, who just needed a little convincing. And all it took was to show the colors of night. On the morning of the heist, though, there was another complication. There was rain, man. They should have known it from the Days of Thunder of this week. They persisted, no. Now they were just outsiders getting wet. His team went to the first door, though. It was locked. The samurai said he could just Jerry Maguire the door open, and he taps into it with his sword. The door opens, but the sword got stuck. And the samurai says, his endless love for the sword means he must remain with it. The crew's crew proceeds.
Once inside, the manager approaches the crew and demands that they had to leave. A war of the worlds. But Valkyrie said she was there on business. Ghost protocol.
Museums have ghosts, and she was there for a dead reckoning. With this distraction, Tommy was in the clear. All that was left was to go past the money and the reporter doing an interview with the vampire exhibit. No problem. He slinked past it and made it to the last chamber with the Rock of Ages. There were just lasers everywhere, and he was just worried that he'd be burned into oblivion. But he could never go back. Not now. He could not afford to lose it. But just then, the security system turned off. It was overloaded.
Because it was American made.
Tommy snatched the Rock of Ages and then cruised to the roof where they flew in the Young Guns helicopter. They're going far and away to a place with tropic thunder and no extradition to escape the fallout. Tommy Cruise, the movie. Coming this summer. It's going to be a huge blockbuster. Starring Tom Cruise.
I think that's all of Tom Cruise's movies. Did I miss one?